So let's get started in tonight's talk, Invest in Growth or Cut Costs, 8 things successful companies do despite the economy. So if you've been paying attention to the news, they've been talking up the recession and drumming the beat of economic downturn, recession downturn, a trying and troubling 2024, right? We've all been hearing the news, whether it's real or it's just trumped up, right? Whether it's real or it's sort of pushed on us by the newsmongers who are just trying to sell commercials. I don't really know. Are we in a recession? Are we in a downturn? Are we in a little bit of a stall? Experts don't even agree on this. But I will tell you that the constant talk about the economy, downturn, the recession, the concerns that people are having, just the talk of that can cause people to be more careful about how they spend their money. Business owners and consumers. Your clients are scrutinizing everything they spend their money on. Your clients are scrutinizing the value they receive for where they spend their dollars. And you should be doing the same as a business owner. Don't just leave that to your clients. You should be doing the same. So I want you to think about, do I invest in growth or do I cut costs? So let's talk about that. Do you know that during the Great Depression, more millionaires were created than any other time in history from entrepreneurial endeavors? And so don't blame your business shrinking on a bad economy. Don't blame your business going backwards or not reaching your goals in 2023 on a bad economy or on the recession, right? Just blame yourself for not pivoting, for not making the necessary changes, for not moving quickly enough on opportunities. So I wrote down 8 things that I believe will help you with a down economy, 8 things that will help you during more difficult times. Because to be honest with you, 2020, 21, that was the bounce back years. Everybody was growing. Even if they didn't do anything right, they were growing. Well, things are different. Now we're kind of back to 2019 and before, where you had to work really hard to win a customer. You had to work really hard to attract customers, and you had to work really hard to keep them. We're back there. So let's talk about 8 things that successful companies do despite a difficult economy. So number 1, smart companies invest in growth. Now, I hear cleaning business owners say all the time, oh, Debbie, I'm just reinvesting in my growth. That's why I don't have profit. Please do not confuse operational expenses with investing in your growth. Investing in your growth means you're putting marketing dollars towards attracting and winning more clients. You're putting budget or money behind attracting and winning more clients. So what that means is investing in your growth means invest in up-leveling your sales team. Invest in up-leveling your marketing skills. Invest in more marketing, period. Spend more money to acquire clients. And then pay closer attention to the sales process. Have you streamlined it? Are you converting? Are you converting at least 50% of the quotes that you're able to give, right? If you're only converting 10 or 20%, something's wrong with your process. And so invest in your growth and do not confuse operational expenses with investing in growth. Operational expenses means you're spending all your money on labor, payroll taxes, cleaning supplies, on vacuums and equipment. That's operational expenses. If you're not profitable after operational expenses, you're not investing your money. You just have a poor profit model. We can show you how to fix that at cleaningbusinessfundamentals.com. So number 1, invest in your growth and don't confuse operational expenses. I want you to cut operational expenses in difficult times, but I want you to invest in marketing and growth strategies and structures. So I'd rather you buy cheaper vacuums in an economic downturn. I would rather you waste less money on things you're really not using, software subscriptions you're not using, waste less money on marketing that isn't working. Cut those things, cut those out of your budget, things that are not working, things that are not helping you. More staff than you really need on the leadership team side. That's an operational expense, right? So cut your costs, but invest in marketing, invest in growth. Number two, be meticulous about your profit and loss statement. Be meticulous at scrutinizing every expense. Can I reduce this expense? Do I even know what I'm spending my money on every month in this particular area? If you were to take your profit and loss statement, have a meeting with your bookkeeper once a year, or your office manager once a year, or a meeting with yourself once a year, and go through line by line by line everything you spend your money, and ask yourself, is that helping us grow? Is that a worthwhile expense? Is that an expense I can cut out and no one would notice and no one would care? Is that another software subscription I signed up for 2 years ago and I still haven't implemented it? Do I really need this? Do I really need that? Go through your profit and loss statement line by line, or your credit card statement line by line. Because some of you are like, well, I don't have a profit and loss statement. Fine. Go through your credit card statement line by line and ask yourself, do I need to be spending my money here? So meticulously scrutinize your profit and loss statement or your credit card statement. Number 3, track success metrics. Where are you succeeding at the highest levels? What marketing sources are producing more leads and more quality customers than other marketing sources? You don't know if you're not tracking the metrics, right? What are those success metrics around your sales team? Do you know precisely how many leads they've come in? Are you tracking that? How many leads have come in? How many of those leads did your sales team connect with? And how many of those leads that they connected with did they close? So what is my conversion rate? Is it 5 out of 10? Is it 2 out of 10? Right? 5 out of 10 means my conversion rate is 50%. That is a success metric you must pay attention to. You must track. Or is my conversion rate only 10% or 20%? And then other success metrics to track. Of all the first-time cleans we do, what percentage of them fail? They end in a serious enough complaint that the customer was disappointed and either needed a re-clean, a discount, or a refund. What percentage of all first-time cleans failed? That's a success metric, right? What percentage of all first-time cleans are we going out and doing eyeball to eyeball house checks, right? 100%, 50%? Track your success metrics. How many customers am I converting? How many leads am I getting? How many house checks are we doing? How many first-time cleans succeeded or failed? Number 4. Now, this one I just threw in. It's a little different, but move any surplus money you have into a money market account that doesn't have limitations on when you can take it out. You know, money market savings accounts are earning us 5% right now in most cases. And you can sign up with these money market accounts with no limitations on if you need to pull the money out, it's yours. There's no penalties. You can earn 5%. And if you just have large sums of money sitting that could be earning interest at 5%, you'll be amazed at how quickly that will grow. For instance, if you're setting aside your sales tax once a month and you have a savings account that's not earning that 5%, and you set aside your own income tax payments, you set it aside to pay quarterly. Well, while it's sitting there in an account waiting for it to be used when the time comes, you can have it sitting in a money market account earning you 5%. It's really a significant amount of money. Number 6, focus on customer retention. Here's the thing. We're all heavily focused and heavily invested in winning new customers. Of course, I want you to invest in growing your business, invest in marketing. But how many of us are focusing on keeping the customers we got? See, this is where we falter. This is where we get lax. We're so busy chasing new clients, we're not doing much at all to keep our existing clients. So Number one, under focus on customer retention, I want you to remember this important statement that I've never forgotten. And I used to have a little sign on my desk that said this: you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So what does that mean? If you would focus on keeping the customer you just got, then you'd go out and do a house check on a first time clean, because you don't get a second chance at that first impression. When they plop down $200 or $250 or $300 and they walk through that door, then the first thing they see is a dirty towel left on their couch and a rug that you forgot to put back down. It's hanging over something, right? A chair. And then they see the blinds are crooked. And then they see the back door was left unlocked. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. If you want that first time clean to turn into a forever client, then pay attention to that first visit. And then make sure you nurture that new relationship when the client does sign on for weekly or bi-weekly service or even monthly. Make sure you nurture that relationship for at least 6 months. Follow up, check in with them, assign your best people to your high frequency new clients, right? You have a client that signed on weekly, don't give them to the new person, give them to the best cleaners you have, right? Give your worst cleaners to your monthly clients, but those high frequency clients, weekly clients, give them your best people, your most experienced, your most reliable people. Nurture that relationship the first 6 months at a minimum, and keep checking in with them and keep making sure, oh, we missed the trash cans under the bathroom sink. Thanks for letting us know. We'll catch it next time, right? Keep nurturing that relationship. Send your best staff to those high frequency clients. Do everything you can to surprise and delight them. Send them a card in the mail, a real live card in the mail, not an email, a card in the mail that says, thank you for your business. If we ever disappoint, please call me personally. Here's my cell phone, right? Send them brownies in the mail. You can use the Send Gem program or send out cards. Send them brownies in the mail after your second or third cleaning and just say, it's just so sweet to have you as a customer. But nurture that relationship, surprise and delight them for at least the first 6 months so that they can see how incredible it is to come home to a clean house and not have to do the work themselves. And then number 7, don't punish your clients. Don't punish your loyal clients. You may have a policy on your website or in your brochure that says, we charge you a 50% cleaning fee if you cancel without 24 hours notice. I get you have to have policies. I have them too, but you don't have to enforce them, right? You can graciously say, you know what, I'm going to waive that fee for you. You're a great client. You've been with us for 3 years. We're so grateful. Sorry you had to cancel at the last minute. We're going to waive that fee for you. Don't punish your clients, especially in a down economy. Don't give them a reason to be mad and drop your service. Give them the gift of grace and just say, don't worry about it. We normally need 24 hours notice to cancel, but I understand stuff happens. You're such a great client. We're going to waive that fee for you, right? Give them the gift of not punishing your clients. You can't do that in a down economy. And then number 8, this one's a fun one. Keep your eyes peeled for competitor acquisition opportunities. Keep your eyes peeled for competitor acquisition opportunities. Why do I say that in a down economy? When you're thinking, well, I don't have the money in a down economy. Neither do they, and their business isn't working, and they don't know as much as you do. They don't know as much as we do in the CBF community. And when your competitor gets tired of the fight, when they get discouraged during the down economy and they are wanting to close their doors, they're wanting to walk away from it all. They can't sell their business because it's a broken mess. Keep your eyes open for those opportunities. Have those meetings with those competitors that want out, and you can scoop up their clients for pennies on the dollar when they want out. Now, when things are great and they want to sell their business to make a fortune, it's kind of hard to afford them. But when they want out and they're like, yeah, I'll just walk away for pennies on the dollar, it is a great time to scoop up your competition in a down economy, because they don't know what you know. They are struggling. They just want out. They want to go do something else. So Derek Christian, one of our certified CBF master coaches, talks about how all of us, and I haven't gotten mine on there yet, but I will soon, all of us should have a tab on our website or a menu item on our website that says acquisitions, right? Because your competition looks at your website. They do. They go and visit your website. And when they see acquisitions, when they're feeling crummy or miserable, or they just want out, and they look at that and they're like, ooh, she might be interested in buying my business. He might be interested in buying my business. The best time to think about acquiring struggling businesses is in a down economy, because they'll walk away for next to nothing. So those are just 8 things that successful companies do despite the economy. And of course, there's many more things I would love to share with you, but I'm going to kind of wrap it up with those 8 things. So what will you do in a down economy? Will you grow or will you shrink? Will you pass up your competition or will your competition pass you up? Will you expand your operation and reach more goals than you ever thought possible? Acquire your competitor, end 2024 with more customers, more employees, and more profit than you ever dreamed of? Or will you go backwards like so many others in every industry in a down economy? Don't let that be you. Be the exception. Be unstoppable. And join us at cbflive.com and spend 3 full days finding out how. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up. I'll read your comments in here in just a minute, but I'll wrap it up by reminding you, cbflive.com, April 4th, 5th, and 6th. Get registered now. It will be the largest residential specific training event in the nation. We do it once a year in Dallas, Texas. We're expecting over 500 this year, so make sure you're not left out. The worst thing that could happen to you is that your competitor shows up and you stay home and don't learn any of the tactics and the strategies for the Millionaire Maker Method. I've made more mop-free millionaires than anyone on the planet. I don't care what shape your residential cleaning business is in. If you have a drive and a will to succeed and grow, we can help you. The second thing I want to remind you is this coming Thursday at 5 p.m. Central, Sparkle from the Start. Get registered and simply visit startyourcleaningbusinessnow.com. Startyourcleaningbusinessnow.com. You can register. The leading expert at residential cleaning business startups, Master Coach Jeannie Henderson, will be leading Sparkle from the Start, 5 p.m. Central Time this coming Thursday. So startyourcleaningbusinessnow.com is where you register. And then my last reminder is the Goal Setting Bootcamp to get you on track and on pace for reaching your goals in 2024. That is coming up on January 15th. So Sparkle from the Start is January 11th, and the Goal Setting Bootcamp with Kathy Merchant is January 11th. So Sparkle from the Start is January, I keep saying it backwards, my apologies. Sparkle from the Start is January 11th, and the Goal Setting Bootcamp is Monday, January 15th. Sorry for my brain. It just doesn't work well sometimes. It's also late. So January 15th is the Goal Setting Bootcamp, and you can register for that at DebbieSardone.com /Goal Setting Bootcamp. DebbieSardone.com /Goal Setting Bootcamp. Somebody type it in the chat for me. If you are a CBF member, then make sure you go get your coupon code to save $200 on the registration, and that will be in our private CBF Facebook group. So DebbieSardone.com /Goal Setting Bootcamp. And that bootcamp, not only is it a half a day on Monday, January 15th at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, not only is it a half a day on Monday with all the tools and all the strategies for not only setting goals, but reaching them, but it's literally a year-long goal setting program for one low price, because after the half a day boot camp, she's going to put on the calendar for your group, small group of maybe 8 or 12 of you, to meet once a quarter thereafter for the rest of the year, to recalibrate, to check in on your goals, to reset goals. And so you'll have a 1 hour check-in. It's not a half a day boot camp 3 more times, a 1 hour check-in each quarter after the boot camp concludes on Monday. So it doesn't get any better than this. I wish I had these resources when I first started my cleaning business and I was a struggling cleaning business owner. So anyway, that's all I have for tonight. Let me say hello to a few people. And you can type into the comments, #I'm going, if you're registered for any of those 3 events, CBF Live, Sparkle from the Start, and the Goal Setting Bootcamp. If you're registered for any of those 3, type in #I'm going so I can recognize you. So I want to say hello to Mike Castro, Juliana Roca. Good to see you, my dear. Our super coach, Juliana Roca. She is the leading coach for the Brazilian community who want to grow their residential cleaning business. Who else said hello? I see Stephanie Ramsey is in the house. Super excited for CBF Live 2024. Thank you, Stephanie. Who else said hello? Type in #going if you are going. So thank you. Somebody said both of those coaches are brilliant. April is in the house. Aloha, April. Samantha Johnson is in the house, and she says, you're smart. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. You just made my day. All right. Juliana said, great information. Thank you. I already read that. And Juliana says, #I'm going. So practically 300 of you are already registered for CBF Live, and it's only January. So please don't be left out, because when we hit our limit at 500, we will cut off registration. All right. Aaron Coleman is in the house, and he says, #I'm going. Aaron, I can't wait to see you and Tony. And somebody else said, I'm going to Goals, and I have to get those coupons. Yeah, if you're a CBF member, I don't know what it is, but there is a coupon code for you in the CBF Facebook group. And if you don't see it, just type in there, what's the coupon code to register for the Goal Setting Bootcamp? You do not want to miss that. It's kind of like the bargain of the century. It's just kind of a no-brainer. So guys, Goal Setting Bootcamp on Monday, Sparkle from the Start this coming Thursday in 2 days, CBF Live in about 85 days. So be there or be square. I know I've eaten too much corn in my lifetime. I hope this was helpful, guys. I hope you will remember when you're feeling a little bit down and everybody's complaining about the economy. I hope you remember what I said tonight. Don't complain about the economy. Invest in growth, cut costs, and do those other 6 things that I described in tonight's live training. So I hope you enjoyed. Talk to you next time. Thanks, everybody, for joining me live. See you soon.